Caitlin Clark and the Fever versus Angel Reese and the Sky will tip off new WNBA Rivals Week in August. The WNBA will have its inaugural Rivals Week in August, tipping off with Caitlin Clark and Indiana facing Angel Reese, and Chicago in prime time New York. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever will face Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky in prime time to tip off the inaugural WNBA Rivals Week in August. Other games will include two between New York and Minnesota in a WNBA Finals rematch, a matchup of projected number 1 draft pick Paige Bueckers and Dallas against Clark's Fever, and Atlanta's Brittany Griner facing her old Phoenix squad. The week will be sponsored by Ally Financial, a new partner for the league this season. You can have a great partnership, but you also have to have great activation, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said in a Zoom interview. There's going to be a full slate of games that week, and that's going to be a cool part of the activation. Rivalry Week games will be broadcast on a variety of networks, starting with the primetime game between the Fever and Sky on CBS on August 9th. The timing of that week is critical because in August you start to really make that playoff push, Engelbert said. So, it would be great to have those matchups during that period to drive that playoff push into September and crown a champion in October. The NBA has had a Rivals Week for 3 years. Engelbert has mentioned in the past how important rivalries can be to grow the sport. The league started the Commissioner's Cup in 2021, and that in-season tournament has helped spawn rivalries between New York and Las Vegas, as well as the Liberty and Lynx over the past few seasons. To have two teams who are just competing extremely hard every single time they match up and every time you watch is great basketball, Bueckers said. So, I think it was a perfect opportunity to start that. There's so many great rivalries in the league. It makes sense for the league to start the week with a clash between Clark's Fever and Reese's Sky, as the pair have been going head-to-head on big stages with enormous stakes since the 2023 NCAA championship game, won by Reese's LSU team with 102-85 victory over Iowa, despite Clark's 30 points and 8 assists. The game became notable for Reese's demonstrative celebrations that were partially directed at Clark, an interaction that has kept the players connected with one another in the minds of many basketball fans over the last several years. The Stars met again in the 2024 NCAA Elite Eight, with Clark and the Hawkeyes getting revenge to the tune of a 94-87 victory that saw the then Hawkeyes star score 41 points and dish 12 assists, while Reese had 17 points and 20 rebounds. Clark and Bueckers then met in the 2024 Final Four, with Iowa beating Bueckers' Connecticut team 71-69 in a tightly fought game that could be the opening salvo in a rivalry between two intensely competitive future faces of the WNBA. This is an Ally's first foray into women's basketball. It was one of the inaugural partners with a 3-on-3 unrivaled league that finished its first season last month. The conversations with the WNBA started years before Unrivaled came into existence. Ally also signed Bueckers, the UConn star, to an endorsement deal. The company already has deals with WNBA players Breanna Stewart and Sydney Colson.